I am headed off to Dollar Tree, thought I would do a shop with me, and seeing if they have more Christmas stuff put out. I'm definitely in the mood to look at like junk journal supplies as well from Christmas, just like fun little things. I want to see gift bags, I want to see more ornaments. Oh my gosh, these are so cute. These are cute. They have gnomes. Oh, they have Santa. I like this one. It's really cute. I'm also noticing the store doesn't really have much of Christmas out quite yet. Which is surprising because it's like we're almost getting to the second week of November. Look at that. New dollhouse furniture. Oh my gosh, how stinking cute is that? I love this store. Like I'm actually in love with this store. It's a hot mess, but I love it. These are super cute. You could use these to like do gingerbread men. I don't know, like a crafted home or something. Those are really cute. So much stuff. I love it. I could honestly be here all day. Lanyards. Oh, the little mouse is cute. Ooh, you could actually put these in slime. Like if you wanted to like do a slime kit for a gift basket, you could do these. I know they're for gonna set you guys up right there. I gotta take my hair out because it's giving colonial boy from the top, so I can't sit here and talk, and that doesn't look better, but trust me, it was better than what was going on. But I'm sitting down. If you see the mist, that's my humidifier. I'm literally trying to keep my throat and everything with moisture because the dryness just triggers that whole attack, and now that was like the worst attack I've ever had. And oh my gosh, and anyways, you guys saw that clip of my car at my local car place. I've always trusted them. They were the ones who did Micah's car, if you guys remember. Micah had that hose or whatever. I don't even remember the problem then, but I trust them is basically my point. So anyways, I don't know really what I've talked about and what I haven't, but I'll just do a refresher in case one, you've forgotten, or two, I've never said anything. But in Florida, I took my car, my Expedition, to get my oil changed. And I remember at this point, and if you've read my book, then you'll be the only ones to understand what I'm about to say. But I talked about in my book how I felt like anything that happened in Florida just was always going wrong. Anything and everything. And there was still stuff that I left out in the book. This being one of them. A big thing. Well, not a big thing, but like another thing. And that is that I went to get my oil change for my car, and then all of a sudden all these things started happening in my car. And I mean immediately. Like, I can't even take myself seriously with this hair. Like, I went and got my oil change, and at this point, all of these other things were already happening. And so I was very, like, I didn't feel good about where I was going to take my car, because all of these things that were happening to the house, and people who were coming to the house, and they were messing up everything in the house. And it was anyone and everyone. It was landscape, it was plumbing, it was all of it, you guys. Anytime someone came to my house to do something and they touched it and they messed it up so bad, it's all in the book. And then Micah got into a car wreck. That was also not in the book. And I had to send Micah's car to another state because that's how petrified I was. And I was just like, no, I can't. Anyways, it's a whole thing. It probably sounds very ridiculous, but it was not ridiculous to me as it was all happening. So anyways, I'm nervous just alone to get an oil change. And the irony is that when I take my car to get this oil change, I bring it home that day, and all of a sudden it's leaking coolant, it's leaking brake fluid, and I'm like, that's not a coincidence. That's not a coincidence. It's not. It never did these things, and now I have these stains on my garage floor that were not there, and pink stains from the coolant, and like an oily, yellowy stain from brake fluid. I know this stuff. I have dealt with car stuff, and like, I educate myself, because what I've learned is that if I'm going to have a conversation with a man in this business, I want to be as educated as possible so I don't get taken advantage of. This is just something that I've dealt with my whole entire life. Anyways, I digress. So I am trying to do all this research, like, where can I take my car to get an oil change, and I still take it to someone who messes it up. So anyways, point is, in Florida, I take it back to them immediately the next day. I'm like, hey, it's leaking all this coolant. And two things happen. One, they say that they don't find a leak. And two, they had to put more coolant in my car when they had just checked it. Now, mind you, there was not a coolant issue. I went in for an oil change, but they check other fluids as part of their routine. So my car never needed coolant. There was never an issue. And so I'm like, well, maybe you touched something. Maybe you touched the hose and it moved, and I don't know, maybe it got close to something hot and now there's a hole in it. Like, I don't know, you know? And they checked it. They're like, there's no leak, but they had to add more coolant in it. Why would you have to add more coolant in my car when you just checked it yesterday? So anyways, I digress. So I take it home, and guess what? More leaking, and there's a lot of it. And they were like, well, it's overflow. It's just overspill from what we poured. Okay. So anyways, I take it back to them a second time, and they're like, we can't find a leak. It's simply overflow. And I'm like, no, that's not what's wrong with my car. But you know, you can't say anything to mechanics and men. Like, I'm sorry, but you just can't. They just don't listen, because they look at you, they see you're a woman, and they think you don't know anything. Also, I'm realizing I sound incredibly irritated, and I'm really sorry. But I'm gonna try to tone it down. So anyways, last couple days I've been driving my car, and usually, you know, I have the music going. I've got Frank Sinatra going, sometimes Taylor Swift. I don't hear stuff. Lately, I've been kind of driving my car on a little more quieter note, and I was just like, does my fan always run this much when I'm driving? Like the fan in your car. Not the inside, your engine fan, like the coolant fan or whatever. I'm like, I don't think so. And so tonight, I'm driving it, and then I noticed that the gauge where it's C to H, cold to hot, it's got the little temperature thing. Then I noticed something new. Above it, it starts to display a temperature. And the temperature's going up. And then the thing is going from C to H. And I'm like, what? 230 degrees, 240 degrees, 250 degrees, 260 degrees, and 260 is almost at the H. And I'm like, oh no, like this car's gonna overheat. What's happening? And in my head, I'm like, this is a coolant thing, because you know, I drove all the way home from Florida. I've been driving my car all around the last couple of months. It had no coolant in it. No coolant in it. That doesn't happen for no reason. I had bought that car and had it for what, a year? And I didn't ever put coolant in it when I bought it. It was just what was in there was topped off, and that's it, right? Like, you usually go for a while. And I'm like, something's not right. So anyways, I make it to my car place, take it to them, and they call me, and I tell them the whole spiel. I tell them how I'm in Florida, tell my car to get an oil change, and all of a sudden it started happening. And they call me and they tell me the same thing, that they couldn't find a leak. Even though when I dropped off, they're like, oh, that car, the Expedition, that model, it's famous for like having a hose that like goes bad or whatever. They're like, it's probably that. But they checked everything, and it took them a while to call me back. And I do trust them. I trust them explicitly, but they said they found absolutely no leak, but that I had no coolant in it, that they had to fill it up completely, and that they put dye in it so that if it leaked, I would be able to see it. And then they also put in like this dye that like they can put a black light to it so they can find the leak. And I'm like, what the hell? Clearly, there's a massive leak. How do I go from getting this oil change in Florida to them having to I go home, there's a bunch of it on the ground, I take it back to them, they have to fill it with coolant, so it leaked a ton. It started leaking after that oil change. It didn't leak before. So somebody, when they were looking around, I don't know, I think someone moved something, and I think a hose got hot or something, and it burned a hole, and there's a leak there. So anyways, I digress. They said that the pressure, whatever the pressure thing was fine. So to them, I guess that indicates not like a hole in a hose or some type of thing, because the pressure was right. I don't freaking know. I don't know if there's something wrong with the thermostat. Maybe the thermostat is telling the car that it's hotter than it is, so it's burning through coolant. It could be that. That could be maybe perhaps an issue. I don't know if that's a thing, but I'm trying to think of everything I can. They didn't say that to me. I thought of this. And anyways, they're like, yeah, come get your car. I mean, like, there's not a leak. We haven't found one, so we put dye in it. If you see it, then we'll be able to find it, basically. And I'm just like, so all I know, I can take it to the dealership. I could take it to Ford, you know, it's their car. Like, in a sense that obviously they know these cars. But I'm just like, okay. Anyways, that's what happened. So, that's my story. It's not a very good bedtime story. And, you know, my primary audience are women. So I probably just put everybody to sleep with my coolant story. Wow. Hi guys, okay, so I turn Star Trek down just so YouTube doesn't flag it. I've already been up and I filmed like my office video, and I'm realizing like it's still not quite there. And I titled the video like Ralph Lauren inspired, and what the hell happened here? I think it has that potential for sure, and I like my elements and my horses are like my Ralph Lauren, but I'm missing something. I think the chairs aren't right. This whole wall's too blank. I don't know. Maybe I need to do like a mirror or something here. I do think I need to get my tapestry done, and I'll show you guys real quick. I think that this will change this back wall, especially because it has like these greens. Like there's no really color back there. I just need to like get the canvas. I ordered them off of Amazon and they didn't end up being the right size, even though I thought I did like the proper math and everything. Somehow it still wasn't right. So I'm gonna work on that math today again. I know it makes no sense, but it's a whole thing. I did a DIY on it in a vlog a while back, if like you want to search for it. It's probably in the title, like DIY canvas, I don't really know. I'm recreating the same thing. Anyways, I don't know why I'm like filming in this corner. It feels like weird and not very inviting, but I got a package in and I wanted to open it. I ordered some New Balance shoes, and I wanted to basically unbox them. Okay, the first ones, oh my gosh. These are absolutely gorgeous. These are the 998s. Each New Balance shoe has like a number. Like I'm wearing these. I think these are 574s. These are 998s. I love those. That's all I'm gonna say. Clearly, y'all know, out of all the accessories, shoes are my thing. And then the last pair, I really went back and forth between this other pair. I ended up going with these. Oh yeah, I love these. And now, to be fair, the other ones, I really like those. So hopefully I'll be able to get my hands on it. But these are just so cool. I love the green. It's like kind of a Sherpa, but not really. I just thought those were really interesting. So I've also been accumulating some stuff from Amazon, because I'm gonna do a whole Amazon haul, kind of give you guys like, you know, Christmas ideas, stocking stuffer ideas, and just stuff that like I've gotten obviously for myself and Micah. So yeah, so that's what I'm up to. I'm about to film a Target haul, and other than that, I really just don't have very much going on today. I kind of hurt my stomach right here from coughing, so that finally my stomach injury has come in. Like when you go coughing for a while, stuff like this kind of starts to happen. So I don't know, I feel like I pulled a muscle or something. It's like right here where my rib is. This is that wall, by the way. Like, it's just, you know, there's not much green. So I think if I were to able to hang that tapestry, you know, change the places of the horses, maybe do a mirror over here, and then maybe change my chairs, maybe do something more Ralph Lauren with the chairs instead of something more modern, maybe like a plaid. I don't know. Maybe I'll do something like that. So actually, let me just, now that I'm thinking of that, let me just head over to Pinterest real quick. I'm gonna type in Ralph Lauren. I'm gonna type in Ralph Lauren office. Now I feel like what I'm also gonna see is leather chairs. Like you don't have to do plaid to be like so obvious Ralph Lauren. But I don't know if I want, yeah. See, a lot of like deep, rich browns and emeralds. I just typed in plaid chair just to kind of like see what comes up. This is gonna be one of those things where I'm just not gonna be able to get it from Amazon, you know? It's just, this one's kind of cute actually. I mean, it's not really Ralph Lauren, but what I could do is add pillows to it that could give that. The only problem is once I have the tapestry up, I don't know if this would be too much. Let me show you. This right here. So, it's like a green plaid, and I like that the base is black, so that's nice. That'll rope in with, you know, my other furniture. I didn't realize this was gonna be like a whole day, but I just got an order in from SHEIN. I actually placed another order from SHEIN. This is one of the tops, and I never shared what I got from that haul. But this beautiful, whatever this is called, I got it in there. I was really kind of looking to get some really good quality sweaters, and also like basics that I felt like I could really build in a capsule kind of wardrobe. So I was looking for certain colors like this. Oh, that's really pretty. Has kind of like a scoop cut at the bottom. Ooh, I really like that. Okay, very pretty. Has a little bit of static. I'm pretty sure I also got it in black. No? Yeah. So I believe this is the same exact sweater, but in black. It's really pretty. I wanted to be able to like style it with jeans, you know, for like traveling and, you know, like that. Then I got this, which is a vest. This has actually been in my cart for a while. I love the high-low of it. I think this will also pair really well with leggings. And then obviously I can wear something underneath. I also had that in another color, like a brownish color as well, but I didn't get it, but it's still like sitting in my cart kind of thing. The next thing I wanted to do was like up my skirt game, but like, you know how I am. I don't even know myself, but it's like a corduroy. There's a bunch of little things on it, but I liked the buttons. I kind of thought about doing this with like tights or something. So there seems to be some kind of like stretch back here. I don't know if you can see that. And then, yeah, so really pretty. We'll see how well that fits. I did get several skirts actually. Here's another one. Then I got this one. Ooh, I really like the material. And I love that it makes it look like a cut, but there's actually material underneath it. So, ooh, I'm very excited about this one. Ooh, okay. And then I think this is another skirt. I believe I got 3 total black skirts because I just like wasn't sure how some of these were gonna pan out. This, I mean, I looked at the reviews. Definitely look at reviews, by the way, so that you can kind of like decide. They really are a great guide. I normally don't, but on SHEIN I do. I like the crisscross. I think that's gonna be really flattering. Kind of like an A-line. Oh God, this is looking incredibly small. And I thought that it said true to size. We'll see. Next up, another chunky knit sweater in this gorgeous brown color. Like, that's just stunning. I believe I also got that, yep, in another color as well. And then the last thing that I got are a pair of boots. Like how nice, you know, just a good like basic pair with jeans and stuff. And then these are the boots that I got. Like a nice little block high heel. Thought these would look great with skirts and jeans. So got those, and that's the SHEIN haul.